In today's video, we bring you the emotional courtroom testimony of Mia, a former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs, who took the stand anonymously during day 12 of his federal trial. Her story is powerful, disturbing, and sheds new light on the serious allegations surrounding the music mogul. Disclaimer: this video features a voiceover reading of a public courtroom report published by Inner City Press. It is presented for informational, documentary, and journalistic purposes only. Some content may be upsetting to viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. All individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This is the actual courtroom dialogue as reported live. What you're about to hear is Mia's full testimony, told in her own words, as captured in court.
The next witness will use a pseudonym. There is to be no recording.
How do you wish to be identified?
Mia, M-I-A.
Don't show this exhibit. What is it?
My passport.
Show it for the jury only.
I would like to see it too.
Where are you from?
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Who is this?
Sean Combs.
What did you call him?
Puff. I worked for him as personal assistant.
How was it working there?
Puff's mood changed all the time.
Was he violent to you?
Yes, he's thrown things at me. He's thrown me against the wall into a pool, ice bucket on my head, slammed my arms into a door, and he sexually assaulted me.
Sexually assaulted you more than once?
More than once.
Did you want to be in the arts?
Yes. This was before social media. I thought if I put my mattress on my car and drove to New York, I could do it. I went to work for Georgina Chapman, red carpet dressing,
Then,
assistant to Mike Myers.
how did Mr. Combs hire you?
I met with a recruiter. I met with HR and Tony Baez Fletcher.
Did Mr. Combs interview me?
He, at his apartment. He was on the phone wearing his underwear. The HR lady left.
Did he put on clothes?
Yes,
Did you get the job?
yes, I was excited.
How much did you expect to work?
A lot, but I didn't fully understand.
How much were you paid?
$50,000.
What did you do on your first day?
HR told me I was on trial for 2 weeks.
Where did you start?
His Alpine, New Jersey house. I was there all day.
Then where?
Back to the office for a few hours more. Then I was told Puff wanted me to come to the studio
How long were you there?
until 1 p.m. the next day.
Then where did you go?
Puff's apartment. Then home.
How fast did you have to return?
I didn't take a nap. I didn't want to risk it.
How much did you sleep during your first 24 hours on the job?
I didn't. I took it as a challenge. There had been a TV show a few years before called I Want to Work for Diddy. It was like that.
How did you deal with the lack of sleep?
When I was young, I'd tell myself, you can sleep at 3 p.m.
Objection?
Overruled.
How long did you stay up once?
5 days. I take Adderall extended release. I could quasi-function and stay awake.
When did you go to sleep?
My hearing went and my equilibrium was off. Blurred vision. Lights that weren't there. I cried.
Were you then told you could sleep?
Yes,
By whom?
Puff.
Why did you stay awake that long?
I was working.
I am introducing exhibits. These exhibits are under seal.
We renew our objection.
Admitted under seal.
Mia, what is this?
A list of my responsibilities I sent to Tony Baez Fletcher on November 10th, 2011. Puff has said, I don't know what you do all day.
Let's focus on a few things in this document. Please read this, Mia.
All of PD's social media presence.
Who is PD?
Sean Combs, Puff Daddy. I wrote main liaison between PD and Hollywood.
Did you do that?
Blackberry 24/7. I wrote anticipate his moods.
Why was that important?
It dictated the day.
You wrote every day is different.
And that he could ask you to crack his knuckles or do his taxes.
Did you have an apartment?
Yes, in NYC.
Were you there much?
Number? My roommates joked they lived with a ghost.
In LA, where did you stay?
In the staff house then in Puff's house, 9933 Beverly Grove, then 9374 Beverly Crest Drive, then 200 South Mapleton.
In Miami?
2-star.
Could you leave?
Only with Puff's permission. Once I left at 2 a.m. after he was asleep. I got in big trouble.
What happened?
Security called me to say he was sending them to find me. It was at the first LA house, 2009 or 2010.
Were you allowed to lock your bedroom door?
Number? He said, "It's my house. No one locks my doors in my house." So, it wasn't really my room.
But did security get to lock their doors?
Yes, one had a deadbolt, another a keypad. I was told they were actively hiring other assistants.
How long to Malcolm, the assistant who was there when you started, stay?
7 or 8 months.
Were you the only one then?
Yeah, for like a year.
How did you feel?
I didn't have time to feel. It was insane. Puff gave me a pep talk, like we were a team. He said, "I need a second brain."
Did he hire more?
Yes, eventually, but I still felt like I was responsible.
You got punished?
In various ways, getting cursed out, my intelligence insulted, and my job threatened.
Who did those things?
Puff,
Who's this?
George Kaplan, he was another personal assistant for Puff after me.
What was Revolt Films?
Puff and I started it together.
Were you still performing personal assistant duties?
Yes,
How much did you get paid?
$70,000, then $100,000. There were supposed to be bonuses.
Did you get them?
Number
GX2. A401. Who is this?
Cassie Ventura,
How did you know her?
working for Puff. We became close friends.
Still today?
Yes,
How was their relationship?
highs and lows, unequal.
Was there violence in their relationship?
Yes,
We'll get back to that. What was Mr. Combs's role with respect to her career?
he decided on everything, shows, the look.
3T107R, what is this?
An email from Cass to Puff and others, me.
When did she send it?
It was 4 a.m. It says 7 a.m. But we were in California. It was one of their hotel nights.
What did she write?
She was canceling, apologizing to Interscope and others.
Did Mr. Combs respond? Please read.
Cass wrote about telling Slevin Hill.
What did she mean, do you think?
Stephen Hill of BET. Cass wrote, "No support, no show."
Why did you forward this to Tony Fletcher?
I had to keep her informed. She was in charge of booking hotels.
Did you ever see Mr. Combs on a movie set?
Yes, everyone would be very nervous. He would insert himself.
What was his role with respect to Cassie's appearance? And
He was in charge of it.
did you have exposure to Cassie's finances?
Yes,
How?
I learned the company paid her credit cards and that the places where she lived were under his company names and her cars.
Did he take things away?
Yes, cars and jewelry and support. If he couldn't get her on the phone, he'd keep tabs on her through me.
Was it part of your job to spend this time with Cassie?
Yes, I had to do whatever Puff told me to do.
Could you go where you wanted?
Number. We had to be where Puff told us we could be.
And if not?
Something very scary. The punishment was unpredictable but terrifying.
We'll talk some more about that as we get through your testimony. How would Mr. Combs communicate with Ms. Ventura?
Sometimes through me.
Did you see violence? What kind?
I saw a lot of aftermaths and injuries she had. I've seen him attack her and throw her on the ground. I've seen him, crack her head open. I've seen him chase her. Things like that.
Did she fight back?
No.
What did you hear and see?
Suitcases being thrown into the foyer.
Did you see Cassie after that?
She was outside, crying in a bush. She looked terrified. She gestured, "I'm hiding. I'm not here."
What did you do?
Retreated.
Did you tell anyone?
I think the chef was in the kitchen. The sentiment was like,
Objection.
Sustained.
What did the chef say to you?
Objection.
Not for the truth.
Sustained.
What happened in Cassie's apartment?
we were there, me, Cass, and Deontay Nash,
What were you doing?
helping her pack for a big trip to London. Puff came banging on the door, very irate.
How did he get in?
Key from front desk.
What was Mr. Combs asking Cassie?
He said, "Have you been drinking or something?" She hadn't answered his calls.
What did Mr. Combs do?
He came after me and Deontay screaming, "Has she been drinking?" He was crazy aggressive. He attacked her. He threw her to the ground. Me and Deontay jumped in and tried to stop it.
What did you do?
Deontay is very small in comparison to Puff. There was a little tornado going on. He had Deontay in a position where I was scared he was going to kill him. So I jumped on Puff, but he threw me off and against the wall. I felt like I was in slow motion. I realized we were in big danger. He ran into the bedroom and grabbed Cass. Under her bed is this wood bed platform. He slammed her head into the corner.
What injuries did Cassie get?
Her head was gushing blood.
What did Mr. Combs do?
He got into protector survivor mode. He said to call Dr. So-and-so, tell them Cass was drunk and hit her head.
Why did you do it?
Puff said too. His eyes were black. It was like he was looking through me. He was like completely...
Let's get a next question.
Did you see Mr. Combs take drugs?
Yes.
When he was high, how did he appear?
Sometimes the life of the party, or hyper.
Where was this?
Ibiza or Burning Man or music conferences.
When he smashed her head, did he seem high?
No.
Did you go to Prince's party?
Yes.
What happened the night before?
Big award ceremony, suite in the Beverly. He told me to stay with Cassie, that he was going to be at his house with his kids. But then I heard about Prince's party.
What did you do?
Cass and I debated like little kids if we should sneak out of the house and go to Prince's party. Prince performed on a little table. Then I saw Puff come in with his bucket hat. We locked eyes. I thought, oh crap, Cass just booked it.
Where did you go?
Across the street there were woods or bushes. But Puff caught Cass and had her on the ground. Puff started to attack her, but Prince's security quickly intervened.
And later?
I went to another hotel. The next day, HR told me Puff was suspending me without pay.
Did she say why?
That Puff said I was being insubordinate.
Break.
Mia, you were speaking about violence between Mr. Combs and Cassie. Have you traveled to Turks and Caicos?
Yes, to Parrot Key, twice. In 2012, me, Puff, and Cass.
What happened?
I was sleeping in my bedroom and I was woken up. Cass ran in saying, "You've got to help me. He's gonna kill me."
What did you do?
We started pushing furniture in front of the door to try to block it. Puff was banging and screaming. I had a porch that went out to the beach. We ran.
What do you remember about running?
I remember being amazed that even while running fast, we could be attacked by bugs.
Did you run another time?
I have another visual of where we were hiding, of trying to escape like 2 separate times. We got onto paddle boards and went out on the water. Puff was on the beach screaming at us. It was flat and we went out far. Puff got smaller and smaller on the beach. The sky got dark and...
Objection.
Overruled?
We went back.
Did you ever call police?
No.
Why not?
I believed Puff's authority was above the police. This was before social media and a Me Too. There were no examples of people standing up. I thought it was under the confidentiality deal with Puff's business.
What's this?
A photo of Cass eating a hot dog at the premiere of her movie The Perfect Match. She has bruising under her makeup. I took this photo.
Any other injuries covered up on a red carpet?
Yes, at Cannes Film Festival.
What injuries did you see?
A busted lip. She was injured.
Where were you?
In her hotel room, with Larry Sims, her hairstylist.
Did you learn how she got the injuries?
Cass had an audio recording of Puff attacking her.
How did Cassie sound on the audio recording?
Objection.
Overruled.
Panicked. I heard the sound of someone getting hit.
Did you go to events?
The premiere of Brad Pitt's movie Killing Them Softly.
What happened at the premiere?
Puff was digging his nails into her arm and talking low.
What would Mr. Combs ask you to do?
Take care of her. I bring her arnica gel.
For what?
Bruises?
Let's turn to Deck 22, 2011.
At Puff's house, the mood was darker than normal. This was more of a, Puff was upset.
What did he tell him?
That Cass had been talking to somebody else.
Who?
Kid Cudi.
How was he?
He seemed heartbroken. It was ominous. I'd never witnessed Cass to do something to really cause him to be upset. I felt something bad would happen.
Did you then see her?
In a black car with Capricorn Clark.
Did you reach out to anyone?
Yes, to D-Rock.
3T12, what is this?
My emails with D-Rock.
Only the redacted one into evidence.
Same objection.
With that foundation, admitted.
Read the messages.
I wrote to D-Rock. I'm worried about P. This feels different. Hit this email when you get it. Love you.
Were you romantically involved with D-Rock?
Definitely not. That's just how we talk.
Let's talk about the hotel nights. What was your role?
I would, sometimes take them there. Unpack. Set up. I would have to just be, on call, essentially. And clean up before housekeeping.
What would you bring?
His lotions and potions. Astroglide and candles. Some of them cheap Glade candles without the label on. They had to be white.
What else would you bring to the hotel?
Anything he forgot at the house. Food. Money.
How much?
A lot. Like thousands of dollars.
Do you remember seeing Cassie?
At the London Hotel in New York, I brought something to the room. Cass opened the door. She was wearing a bright blue wig,
How did she appear?
like she was struggling. I asked, "Are you good?" She closed the door.
Who told you to clean the rooms?
Puff. In the office, it was standard to sweep the room so no housekeeper can sell something to TMZ.
How were the rooms?
Destroyed. Candle wax everywhere. I've seen broken glass. Sometimes blood. Oil on walls.
What would Mr. Combs tell you about the blood?
That it was period blood.
What happened in Cassie's car in LA?
Cass got a call then told me he wants to do a hotel night I don't want to. She got sick.
After the hotel night?
Man down.
What did that mean?
They'd stay in the room sleeping, only up to eat.
Did you do drugs before you worked for Mr. Combs?
No.
And after?
Yes, MDMA. Puff gave it to me. He said that I was now part of the Breakfast Club.
What did he mean?
Like the cool club. He said his MDMA was pure. I felt like I was now a friend hanging out, and I could enjoy myself.
Did you take ketamine?
Yes, at Burning Man. We were partying on a tour bus. We had the blackout shades down. He had the drugs on plates. I tried to say no.
What happened?
Puff wouldn't let it go. It turned a little more serious that I was going to mess up the whole vibe. I tried to fake take it. He got close to my face and humiliated me.
How?
He separated out a dose and made me snort it. I didn't want to fall into the K-hole. I'd seen a person, it looked like an exorcism.
Did you want to take the ketamine?
I didn't feel I had a choice.
Did he take drugs while working?
He was always working. Once on the way to Chelsea Handler.
How did Mr. Combs treat you?
Sometimes like best friend and working partner. Sometimes like I was a worthless piece of crap.
How would he compliment you?
My work, he'd give me life advice.
And to tell you were worthless?
Long extended rants about how incompetent and stupid I was. Threatened my job.
Anything physical?
Throw things at me.
Did he talk about jobs for you?
Yes. Before Revolt Films, he talked about other companies. I told him I wanted to create and develop TV shows, especially comedy. He said that's what he wanted to do, too. Then he'd take away my credits.
What did he throw at you?
A bowl of spaghetti, turkey meat, a computer, a phone.
Let's talk about the spaghetti. What did he tell you to do?
To go get people, but I needed to change my tampon. He yelled, "Yo, girl." I said, "Do it now." Blood was dripping down my leg. I said, "I have to go change my tampon."
What did Mr. Combs do?
He threw his bowl of spaghetti at me, then said, "Get the fuck out of my house." He chased me out. I was barefoot. I hid in a bush, then to a hotel.
What did HR tell you?
That I was going to be suspended without pay. That's what Puff wanted.
Where were you when he threw a computer at you?
In a trailer. Swizz Beatz was there. The Wi-Fi was broken and I went to look into it. I came back and said they were working on it.
What did Mr. Combs do?
I said I should talk to Bill Gates if I had to. Then he threw his computer at my head. Hard. It just missed me. I ran and hid behind the luggage van.
How did you feel?
I wondered, what did I do to make him like this to me?
Did he hurt you?
Turks and Caicos and at the Revolt offices.
Where were you at Turks?
A hammock by my room. Puff dumped a bucket of ice on me, screaming. Then Puff took my phone. I didn't want him to see it. The team, we'd message about his moods. I didn't want him to see it. So I jumped on his back.
What did he do?
He threw me back into the pool.
And at Revolt TV?
He was using my phone and I didn't want him to see my message. Maybe I called him an asshole. I tried to get the phone back. He ran into the bathroom, then slammed the door on my arm, repeatedly.
Injuries?
Bruises.
Did you see him later?
At the studio. He told me he sent all my compromising photos to his phone in case I had stuff on him, kind of like a bullying joke.
How did you take it?
I had no photos, so I knew he was lying.
What are these?
My emails with Tony and Shannon, I said Puff took my iPhone. I don't know when I'll get it back. Tony asked, what happened? I said, definitely an in-person story.
Why?
I wouldn't put violence in writing.
Who was Matt?
Puff's engineer. At one point, we dated.
I have more.
Break.
The sexual assaults, when did they occur?
When I was working for Puff.
Where was the first time?
The Plaza Hotel in NY for Puff's 40th birthday.
Were you his personal assistant?
Yes, I've been there only a few months.
What rooms did Mr. Combs rent out?
The penthouse, party guests, and celebrities there.
What did Mr. Combs do?
He asked to speak to me in the kitchen.
What did he do?
He had everyone else clear the room.
What did he say?
That we were going to be working closer together. He poured us 2 shots of vodka each for his birthday.
What did you do with the shot?
I took them. They hit me hard. Usually I could take it easily. My eyes couldn't focus. His face was close. He put his arm up the side of my dress, and he kissed me.
Did you want him to?
No.
Were you able to say no?
I was shocked. I froze. I didn't process what was happening. Next thing I knew, it was morning, and I was in a chair in the penthouse.
How had you looked at him?
Like an older adult, he was the boss or the king.
What were your expectations?
I thought it would never happen again. A huge accident.
Were there other times he made you feel uncomfortable sexually?
Yes, I had to carry bags to his room. Downstairs was Uncle Polly.
What did he say to you?
Objection.
Grounds.
Hearsay.
For the effect.
Overruled.
I brought the bags. He asked me to pull up something on his computer. He came and sat next to me, leaned over me as if to put his face in the computer, like in an uncomfortable way.
How did you feel?
I pretended I had to go to the bathroom.
Where were you the next time Mr. Combs sexually assaulted you?
The Beverly Grove house. I was asleep on the bottom bunk. I wasn't allowed to lock the door. I woke up. There was the weight of a person on me.
Who?
Puff. It was so fast. He used one hand to get his pants undone. He put, himself inside of me.
You mean his penis inside of you?
I just froze.
How did you feel?
Terrified and confused and ashamed and scared.
How long?
Very quick. But it felt like forever. But he wouldn't leave a job unfinished.
Is that when it would end?
Yes.
The next time?
The Beverly Crest house. I was on his bedroom closet floor putting things in a bag. Then Puff was in the closet. He had his, pins out, and he grabbed my head and cries and put it in.
Mr. Combs took his penis out and put it in your mouth?
Yes, I was frozen. I didn't do anything. I just sobs.
How did you feel?
Like trash, scared and ashamed.
How long did it last?
It was very fast.
Were there other sexual assaults?
Yes, I have a dark feeling. One time we were flying on a private jet. Everyone was asleep. By the bathroom, there was a bed. I went by and he was standing right there. I tried to make it about other people who might see or hear. It didn't work.
How did you feel?
Helpless. I had lost some layer of protection. I wasn't safe, terrified.
Do you remember what happened?
No.
Was Cassie ever there?
No.
Did you ever want these sexual acts with Mr. Combs?
No.
Did you ever tell him no?
I couldn't tell him no about a sandwich or anything. Then he would know that I thought what he was doing was wrong. I didn't want to lose everything I'd worked so hard for. This was the only world I had anymore.
What would happen to your job?
I would never work in that industry again.
And physically?
That I'd be attacked. I don't want to die. He threatened that he would tell Cass that I had something to do with it.
How did you feel?
Desperate and trapped. Worst scary situation. I would have done anything. It was my fault.
Did you tell anyone?
No, I was going to die with this. I would be humiliated, never work again.
And who would do these things?
Puff and all his people. This was way before social media and Me Too. There was this confidentiality.
Did others speak up?
Kayla Faulkner.
How did you hear?
I heard there was an urgent call among film people.
What did you hear?
Lay some context.
Who was on the call?
HR C-suite executives.
What were you told?
If she sued, I'd have to testify. I was supposed to say she was drinking and punched me, and that's why she was fired.
Was that why?
No, it was because she complained.
When else were you told you'd have to testify?
After Capricorn Clark.
Did you have to testify?
No,
Why didn't you go to the police about Mr. Combs sexually harassing you?
I didn't even consider it.
Did you have experience with police?
Yes, I was speeding. I hadn't had time to get my license renewed. It was the only time I name dropped. I told her who I worked for, and she said, "Get him on the phone." I did, and she laughed. "Oh, Puff Daddy, I love you."
Did you get a ticket?
No,
Why didn't you tell us at first about the sexual assaults?
it's the most shameful thing of my life.
Did you get a lawyer for this testimony?
Yes,
Did you speak about these sexual assaults before or after you got the lawyer?
after.
Do you want to be talking about these sexual assaults?
No, it's traumatizing.
Why are you here today?
Ms. Smizer, you've asked that.
We could break here.
We'll see you tomorrow.